Welcome to Guide Mia. Today we're going to talk about clearaligner AI, the direct-to-clinic way to get AI-designed aligners with no lab in the middle. This one is for clinicians who want to run the AlignerBot pipeline on their own cases. You submit the scans, Cympha's central design service does the design work, and you self-approve. By the end you'll know how to sign in and buy credits, how the intake form works, how the credit accounting works. The short version is that reviewing is free and you pay exactly once per case, and how the finished appliance files come back to you, ready to download or share with your patient. If you've watched our lab-side AlignerBot lectures, you'll recognize the pipeline. What's different here is that you own every decision. A word on timing, so you know what to expect. The written guide takes about 12 minutes to read, and a real case is typically back from phase 1 within a few hours, and back from phase 2 within hours of your self-approve. So this is not a workflow where you submit on Monday and hear back on Friday. Follow along on screen, or listen now and read later. Let's get into it. Let's start with what clearaligner AI actually is. It's the same OrthoPlus design pipeline that powers AlignerBot in labs, the same phase 1 planning, the same phase 2 appliance design, but run by Cympha's central design service instead of a workstation in somebody's lab. That one difference reshapes everything about the experience. There's no lab, so there's nobody to wait on and nobody in the approval chain but you review the plan, and you self-approve it. There's no subscription, you pay per case, in credits. And there's no infrastructure, no Windows workstation, no desktop install, no agent to pair. The design runs centrally, so your side of the deal is a browser. If the lab-mediated flow is a relay race between 3 roles, this is a solo time trial. Same track, one runner. This is the front door, the clearaligner AI splash inside app.cympha.com. It pitches the whole service in 3 steps. Upload scans, the AI plans the case, you get the design back, and honestly, that's not marketing compression. It really is the shape of the workflow you're about to walk. The hero button reads Get Started, and once you're signed in it becomes Submit a Case. Signed out visitors also get a sign in button underneath. You can arrive here 3 ways, from the public marketing splash, from the clearaligner.ai site, or by signing in to Cympha and finding it in the sidebar, and they all converge on this page. Everything in the rest of this lecture starts from right here. The prerequisites list is refreshingly short. You need a Cympha account, and any sign-up route works, directly from the clearaligner AI splash, from the clearaligner.ai site, or from the regular sign-up page. You need a pair of intraoral scans, upper and lower, STL or PLY, bite registration, photos, and ACB/CT volume are nice-to-haves that enrich the case, but only the 2 arch scans are strictly required. You need a way to pay for credits, a credit card, because clearaligner AI is priced per case, not per month. And here's what you don't need, which is really the headline: no lab, no workstation, no Guide Mia desktop install on your end. The design runs centrally. You install nothing. Step 1, Getting in. If you're already a Cympha user, sign in at app.cympha.com and navigate to clearaligner AI from the sidebar. Done. If this is your first time on Cympha, sign up, and the Select Your Role screen still applies. Pick Clinical, the clinician role. If you've watched our other lectures, you'll notice what's missing here. There's no lab manager lookup, because clearaligner AI doesn't involve a lab. You're not joining anyone's team, you're just you. When sign-up finishes, you land back on the clearaligner AI page with a single primary call to action pointing at the new case form. One reminder from our What Do You Need lecture: your role is set once at sign-up, so make sure Clinical is right for you before you continue. Step 2, The Wallet. Open the credits page on app.cympha.com. 3 packages, a single case at 1 credit, a 5-pack carrying the popular ribbon, and a 10-pack. Click Buy on whichever fits, a secure checkout opens, and after payment your balance updates on the spot. The prices shown on the page are the authoritative ones, so I won't quote numbers that could drift. Now, the accounting rule that makes this service pleasant to try: 1 credit covers 1 case end-to-end, and the credit is charged only when you self-approve the plan. That's the moment phase 2 dispatches. Which means you can submit a case with 0 credits and get the entire phase 1 plan, free, before committing a cent. And once a case is paid, reruns on that same case are free. Keep that rule in mind, it comes back twice more in this lecture. Step 3, The intake form, deliberately minimal compared with the full new case page, 4 sections. Section 1, Files, a drop zone for the upper and lower scans, plus anything else you want to attach, same uploader as the regular form. A nice detail, the case is created as a draft the moment the page opens, so your uploads attach immediately. Section 2, Patient and Treatment Plan. The patient's name, the one required field, gender, date of birth, complaints, and then the full set of planning parameters, per jaw plan range, automatic extraction and extraction teeth, missing teeth, allowed IPR, protraction and retraction, expansion, extrusion and intrusion, middle line alignment, SPI curve, and inclinations. Section 3, the Phase 2 Design Options, important enough that it gets the next slide to itself. Section 4, Submit. The draft is promoted to a real clearaligner AI case. And notice what the form never asks, which lab? There is no lab. These cases go exclusively to Cympha's central design service and never appear in any lab's queue. The design kind decides what the engine produces after you approve the plan, and the 4 options are mutually exclusive. Arch model, the default, generates arch models suitable for bracket bonding. Aligner models generates the aligner shells, 1 per stage. Bracket bonding guide generates bonding guides. And treatment plan only is the interesting one. It stops the case after phase 1 planning entirely, no second dispatch fires. Alongside the kind, 3 modifiers, an optional from step and to step range, an add attachments toggle that's relevant for the aligner and arch model kinds, and a generate cutting path toggle relevant for aligners. Don't agonize over this at intake, though, as we'll see later, the design kind can be changed on the case page afterwards and rerun without paying again. Pick your best guess and move on. Step 4 happens without you. Shortly after submission, Cympha's central design service picks the case up and runs the same Ortho Plus planning cascade a lab workstation would run, and produces the same artifact a lab would have produced, a review file, viewable in Cympha Studio, with staged tooth positions across the full sequence, an IPR map, and attachment placements. It's uploaded to the case, the status flips from designing to awaiting approval with the plan approval pending label, and an email from Cympha lands in your inbox. Follow it to the approval page, patient name, the badge, the step label, approval needed, treatment plan, the lab slip download, and the file list. Click the review file and Studio opens in a new tab. Orbit the staged positions, scrub the timeline stage by stage, inspect the attachments. This is the same read-only review surface a lab's clinician would use. And remember the accounting, all of this reviewing is free. The credit only fires when you advance the case past phase 1. Step 5 is your decision, and the approval page offers 3 actions. First, self-approve. This is the moment of commitment. It charges 1 credit and dispatches phase 2, with the central service rerunning the engine in appliance mode using the design kind you chose at intake. Second, request changes, which bounces the plan back for another planning pass, free. But it comes with the same structured artifact rule as the lab-mediated flow. The confirm button stays disabled until you've uploaded either an XML tooth position file, exported from Cympha Studio's 3D review, right in the browser, or a transfer pack saved from GuideMia OrthoPlus. Free text instructions are not accepted, because the planner has no way to consume them, and since most clearaligner AI clinicians don't have OrthoPlus installed, the XML path is usually the right one. Third, escalate to Lab Manager, which is meaningless here, since there is no lab. So really, your fork is binary, approve and pay, or refine for free. After the self-approve, the engine runs phase 2 and produces exactly what your design kind asked for, arch model STLS ready for bracket bonding, or aligner shell STLS per stage, optionally with attachments and the cutting path, or bonding guides. And if you chose treatment plan only, nothing happens at all, the case stops at the plan approval, no second dispatch fires, and you can skip ahead. Otherwise, the appliance files upload to the case, the status flips to awaiting approval once more, now labeled appliance approval pending, and a second email arrives. Open the approval page for the appliance step, review the files, typically you'd download a few STLS and spot check them, and approve. The status flips to approved and then to delivered. No further credit is charged, the case was paid when you first self-approved. From the Files section on the case page, every file has a download icon. The whole deliverable is yours to take. The case is delivered, here's what it unlocks. Downloading, we've covered. But the plan itself has a second life, click Share to Patient in the case header, and the plan travels to your patient exactly the way it would from a lab-mediated case. The patient gets an invitation email from Cympha, signs up on the small patient sign-up page, lands in their narrow patient workspace, and views the plan in Studio, read-only, just their plan, nothing else. And if you want to follow the patient between visits, ortho monitoring works the same on a clearaligner AI case as on any other. Cadence-based photo check-ins measured against the planned tooth positions, same plan file, same monitoring workspace. Both of those flows have their own dedicated guides and lectures. The point today is simply that a direct case ends up every bit as connected as a lab case. The audit of one clean clearaligner AI case reads like this. Exactly 1 credit deducted, visible on the credits page. 2 approvals in the case activity log, 1 for the treatment plan step, 1 for the appliance design step, both clicked by you. Status delivered on the case page. And in the Files panel, the full history in one list, your original scans, the Phase 1 plan, and the Phase 2 appliance files matching the design kind you chose. Notice the last line of the checklist, because it's the identity of this whole service. No lab involvement, no designer involvement. The case stayed yours from first upload to final download, every review, every approval, every decision, one person. 6 things come up often enough to be worth naming, and I'll split them into problems with the case and problems with the money. Case problems first. Number 1, you submitted, but Phase 1 never came back. Go to the case page and confirm that both the upper and the lower scans are present and confirmed, and specifically, not stuck mid-upload, which can look almost identical to a finished upload at a glance. The design will not dispatch without both scans. If the scans genuinely are fine and the plan still hasn't arrived after a reasonable wait, that's the point to contact Cympha support. Number 2, the request changes confirm button stays disabled. You haven't uploaded an XML or a transfer pack yet. The dialog itself surfaces the 2 valid paths, so read it. For the XML, open the plan file in Cympha Studio's 3D Review and export the tooth positions from there. For the transfer pack, you'd need GuideMia Ortho Plus installed locally, and most clearaligner AI clinicians don't have that, which is exactly why the XML path is usually the right one for this audience. There is no free text rejection in clearaligner AI, full stop. Number 3, the case shows up in a lab queue even though you're not a lab manager. That shouldn't happen at all. Clearaligner AI cases aren't lab routed. If you do see one in a lab queue, check your profile page. This service is designed for the clinical role, not for a lab role. Now the money questions, plus one about scope. Number 4, you clicked to approve and got insufficient credits. Your balance hit 0 before the case was paid for. Nothing is lost here. Buy credits on the credits page and approve again. The case simply stays in awaiting approval, waiting for you, and once the balance is replenished, the approve action retries cleanly. Number 5, which is the opposite worry, your credit balance didn't move when you approved. That is also correct behavior. The credit is charged once per case lifetime, so if this case was already paid for, reruns and reapprovals don't deduct again. The credits page always shows the authoritative balance, so check there rather than guessing. And number 6 is a question rather than a fault, but it's important enough that the guide answers it directly. Can you use clearaligner AI on behalf of a patient if you're not a clinician? Here's the honest framing. The clearaligner AI deliverable is planning output, meant for a clinician to interpret. It is a starting point for a clinical decision, it is not advice, and it is not a substitute for advice. Treat it exactly as you would treat a lab's deliverable, as professional input into a professional judgment. If clearaligner AI sounds like your speed, here's the zero-risk way in: submit one case and let Phase 1 run. It's free even with an empty wallet, and you'll be looking at a full-staged plan for a real patient before you've spent anything. If the plan earns your trust, 1 credit takes it the rest of the way. The written guide covers everything from today with every page name spelled out, and it cross-links the neighbors you'll want. Submit an AlignerBot case and AlignerBot Phase 1 to Phase 2 if you ever want to compare this against the lab-mediated route. Approve or reject a design for the review page in detail. Share a treatment plan with a patient and open your treatment plan as a patient for the patient side, and how to enroll a patient in ortho monitoring for follow-up between visits. There's also a file formats reference and a case status glossary when you want to know precisely what a given file or status means. You'll find the written journey at cympha.com, open docs and look for clearaligner AI, direct to clinic, no lab in the middle. Next in this thread is the multi-round lecture on refining a case through several design passes for the same single credit. Subscribe if you'd like the series, every Cympha workflow, one lecture at a time. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.